Hi, my name is Mary McGuire. I'm Director of Public and Legislative Affairs at AAA Northeast, and we are very excited to be here today at our AAA Northeast Acton branch for the launch of registry services here at the branch. This is our 25th Massachusetts location for registry services, and we offer all sorts of registry services to AAA members. We do license and registration renewals, routine renewals. As long as you don't have an issue with your license, you can renew your license and registration right here. We also do duplicate licenses and registrations for those of you out there, like myself, who occasionally lose their licenses. And we also do title transfers and registration stickers and state IDs. So we do a whole variety of services. We'll be more than happy to share with you our entire menu of services. You can also go on AAA.com, visit AAA.com for a full listing, or you can simply come here to the Acton AAA branch on Great Road, and we will be more than happy to work with you on renewals, replacements, transfers, or whatever your registry needs are. So we look forward to seeing you here at the Acton branch.
Well, thanks for coming out, and good afternoon, everyone. I'm Mary McGuire. I'm Director of Public and Legislative Affairs at AAA Northeast, and it's wonderful to see all of you here this afternoon. And it's also great to kick off the week by joining public officials, of whom we have many, and our friends from the RMV and from MassDOT, in launching registry services here at our Acton branch. This is, in fact, our 25th location here in Massachusetts, and we are terrifically proud of that. Before we get started with our speaking program, I'd like to thank our gracious host today, Acton Branch Manager Pat Fisaki, and her staff, Alice Chisholm, Maureen Baker, Teresa Dole, and Mitika Katorio. Let's give them a round of applause. And by the way, Pat, a special shout out, because I think this is a first. We have never seen balloons outside and inside at one of these, nor have we seen flowers. And by the way, we also have pom-poms here today, so Pat promises to give us a special demonstration later on, but we'll save that for the photos. So joining us now to discuss this final phase of the rollout is Deputy Registrar of External Services, Mary Tibma. Mary is responsible for the Service Center Operations team of 4 district managers and more than 200 team members from 29 statewide RMV service centers. Please say hello to our good friend, Mary Tibma.
Thank you, Mary. Thank you very much. It's a pleasure to be here. Very happy to be here on behalf of Registrar Erin Devaney. The RMV is very excited to offer another place to conduct registry business. We are in the business of transforming the RMV to become a customer-centric organization, and by offering better service options, and now with 25 AAAs to help us to do that, that certainly helps us to meet our goal of great customer service. And the AAA and RMV work together every day to deliver the best service throughout the Commonwealth, and I think our relationship is an excellent example of a public-private partnership, really at its finest. And we work together and in a way that is really supported by the Baker-Polito team, as well as MassDOT Secretary Stephanie Pollack. And I want to thank our friends from the legislature, Representative Corey Atkins and her colleagues for the funding for our new technology that's really enabling our transformation. Thank you very much for that support. We really couldn't implement many of the changes that we've already done, as well as the core transformation that we're about to undergo during the coming new year, and none of that would be possible without your support. We have a lot of work to do over the next few months to continue this rollout. We're looking forward to the successful completion of this phase, and I'm confident that all of those implementations will go just as well as this one. Thank you so much. And again, on behalf of Registrar Devaney and the entire RMV team, thank you to the town of Acton, the AAA team, and my own RMV team. These special people have really made this happen, and just delighted to be here. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Mary and Erin. Lloyd Albert is Senior Vice President of Public and Government Affairs at AAA Northeast. He has spent 22 years now at AAA, devoting much of his time to developing this expanding AAA RMV partnership. Please welcome Lloyd Albert here to the podium.
Thank you, Mary. I never get used to being told I've been here for 22 years. It seems like yesterday. And I remember building the first Acton office down the street next to Starbucks. That was like, someone told me it was more than 11 or 12 years ago or so. And we're delighted to be here in this new home for the past couple of years. But I was thinking this morning about innovation. We hear about the iPhone X now. And I heard on NPR this morning about delivering pizzas with drones, and just amazing how the pace of change is going by so quickly. And I think that it's interesting to see how a state department has thought about innovation in partnering with the private sector, like AAA Northeast. And as Mary Tibma, who is wonderful to work with, by the way, at the RMV said, it's just amazing how productive this partnership has been. And it wasn't easy, I'll let you know. It started in 1999, we had the first meeting about this possibility. And 10 years later, we met the second meeting, because it was a slow burn. But at that point, Rachel Caprellian was the registrar, and Erin Devaney was her chief legal counsel. And in the 2009, we got our heads together and said, let's give this a shot. We had a 2-office pilot that went pretty well. Then we went to 6 offices a couple of years later. Then we went to 10. And then last year, we went to 20. And the challenge then became, how do we become fully deployed across the entire Commonwealth? And that's 34 AAA offices. Well, we are at about 28 now. And by mid-November, all 33 offices, minus Greenfield, will be up and running. At which point we can really shout from the tallest mountain, folks, you have a choice. At any AAA office, if you're a member, come in, get your license renewed, your car registration renewed. It could take you 5 or 10 minutes. You get wonderful service at the registry. Here's an option for you, which includes Saturday hours. So it's very, very good. So I can't say enough. I mean, I look around nationally at public-private partnerships with transportation and highways. They don't always work so well. This one is working flawlessly. My hat is off to Erin Devaney, Mary, and the rest of the RMV team. We speak every Wednesday morning to keep us on track. We have Deborah.
She's not able to be here today.
Deb is keeping us on track on that side. We've got Dave Hempy, Brendan, a bunch of other people. And where the rubber really meets the road there is right behind that counter. Those women there today are the people who make the transaction occur using the state system. They're doing a great job already, and I'm very bullish on the future. So thanks, everyone, for being here today. Those of you from Acton, we have a state representative, a state senator here. We're delighted to have you join us. And we have a bunch of gold scissors that we'll be using shortly to officially cut this ribbon. So thanks for being here, and I'm glad you're able to celebrate this partnership with us. Thank you.
Thanks so much, Lloyd. Yeah, we actually have 2 pairs of giant scissors here today, thanks to the chamber, so thanks so much for bringing those. We're really pleased to have Representative Corey Atkins with us here today. Rep. Atkins chairs the Joint Committee on Tourism, Arts, and Cultural Development. She was first elected to the legislature in 1999 and since then has worked tirelessly on issues of education, equal rights, the environment, and economic growth. She also has a bill paving the way for a hands-free cell phone bill here in Massachusetts, which we certainly appreciate at AAA. Please welcome Chairwoman Corey Atkins.
Thank you. And I just hear a rumor that we might get that bill passed this session, finally. Because I think I filed the first piece of legislation over 10 years ago. So somebody asked me the other day, how long does it take to pass a bill? I said, well, if it's an emergency, we can do it in 24 hours. Quite often it takes 10 years. People said, no. I said, yes, it really does. First of all, this is delightful. To have the Registry of Motor Vehicles combined with AAA. AAA is an old friend of mine. I started out with $100 cars. You know, that you had to park on an incline because the starter didn't work and popped the clutch. So AAA was my best friend for a long time. And then I moved up, got a little bit more sophisticated and got into the triptychs, so. But now, now that we have GPS in the car, and I've moved on to, I get a discount For my glasses because I'm a AAA member?
And they look good on you too.
Who knew? Who knew? You know, I went, there's a surprise around every corner. I just love it. And I love that the Commonwealth has partnered because it gives us a chance to reinvent ourselves in areas that people have not been happy with our performance. And so it's nice to say, oh, we're hanging out with the good guys and modeling after them. So thank you. And thank you to all the members of the registry. Every time I lose my license, you're dynamite. But anyway, I am really here to do something official. And I have glasses so I can read it. Even when it's in big type, I still need that. This is a special occasion. And so I have a citation from the legislature, which says, be it hereby known to all, that's my favorite part, that the Massachusetts House of Representatives offers its sincerest congratulations to the AAA Acton branch in recognition of the celebration of your official grand opening and ribbon cutting. The entire membership, think of that, all of us, Republicans, Democrats, the one independent. We all agree. This rarely happens. We fight about whether or not today's Monday, okay? But we all agree, and we extend our very best wishes and express hope for future good fortune and continued success in all your endeavors. So it's signed by the Speaker of the House and your state representative, me.
Thank you so much, Madam Chair.
We'd like to invite you to join our marketing team, by the way. You were fantastic, thank you.
That is a great idea. And Madam Chair, you can get a duplicate license here now. If you just, we hope you don't lose your license again.
Oh my God, you lose your life when you lose your,
I
you're not a
know,
person
on your
anymore.
phone. So you could just come right over from Concord and get your license
You
here.
can't even get a bottle of wine at the supermarket. Do I look like I'm on, you know?
We'll talk later when we use the pom-poms. Okay. Thanks once again. Senator Jamie Eldridge was not able to be here with us today, but we're very fortunate to be joined by the Senator's District Director, Dan Senna, who brings a citation from the State Senate. Dan is an Acton resident. He graduated from Acton-Boxborough High School, studied political science in college. There's a surprise, right? And has worked for the Senator now for 4 years. Welcome, Dan.
Thank you. Well, thank you. Well, my name is Danilo Senna, and I'm here on behalf of Senator Eldridge. Fortunately, the Senator couldn't be here today. He's doing financial services hearings, and, but I'm here to present the AAA of Acton with a citation, with a Senate citation. And it's really in recognition of your partnership with the RMV. And I think it's really expanding the role of government. We're trying to reach more people, and the citation is signed by the Senator, the Senate Clerk, and the Senate President. So I thank you.
Thank you so much. Really appreciate it. Thank you.
So, moving along, Janet Adachi, thank you, Dan, chairs Acton's Board of Selectmen. She has been a member of the board for 7 years now and is serving her third 3-year term. Janet also served on the Acton Conservation Commission for 5 years and is a practicing attorney specializing in management side employment law. She and her husband have lived in Acton for 20 years now, and they tell me they are longtime AAA members, so we're very excited about that. Please say hello to Janet Adachi.
Lower the microphone, okay. Yeah, to my midget height, but anyhow, I'm delighted to be here, and I have a few notes. I'll be very brief. I'm unusual among selectmen and not talking a whole lot. But I am very excited about the addition of this new service to the registry a few years back. I had to renew my license, and it was one of the cases where you had to have a new photograph taken, which is always painful for me. But I thought, oh, where's the registry now? I used to go to Framingham, and I discovered that had been closed, and I thought, well, where am I supposed to go now? And I did some Googling, and I found out AAA members could go to any location and get their licenses renewed. And so I went to the one in Framingham because I knew where it was. I have navigational challenges, and it was a delightful experience. I assume the staff people are the same everywhere, but I had a female photographer who was very sympathetic to the fact that I wanted a photograph that was reasonably represented what I look like without being god-awful unattractive. So, and she got me an image that I carry today, and I'm hoping the next time I have to renew, I'll have the same experience. But there are other people who have heard about this who are really excited about the prospect of being able to go down the street and get their everything renewed. With all due respect to the motor vehicles department, but it is sometimes really hard to get to the locations for the official locations. As Mary said, my husband and I are actually longtime subscribers, and my history with AAA started when I was a kid because my parents were subscribers, and we did traveling during the summer cross-country trips, and we did get the triptychs, which I still have used because I'm navigationally challenged and I need paper, electronic, every kind of source of mapping for my purposes. But we went across the country, hit all the national parks, state parks, the AAA recommended motels, the gas stations, and I think some of the information might have included whether certain restrooms and gas stations were real bathrooms with plumbing or they were outhouses. Because back when we were traveling, it was a concern, and I had a thing about outhouses. I just didn't like using them. But
I think you have company here in the room on that.
but they also included a lot of information about the localities we were driving through with the route, and including speed traps in rural areas. Maybe it's still true today, but they will nail you if you have out-of-state plates, or they used to, and it was a really good source of revenue locally, which now I understand something about.
Truth be told, huh?
Snatch that idea up.
But when I came into my own as an adult, I actually started subscribing, and especially as a single female who did not have mechanical skills in addition to the navigational skills, and you had drove beaters, really old cars that sometimes weren't dependable. I was really thankful for having tow service when my car just died in the highway, in a parking lot in the middle of the city, nobody's around. I could always get AAA to come out. So anyhow, I assumed that, like my parents, my husband and I will be lifelong members. I can't say that we are yet because we haven't finished our lives yet. But I want to thank everybody at AAA for all you've done, including in this office. And I look forward to a very, very robust business here. We do like to encourage businesses locally, and I'm on the board of the 495 Metro West Partnership, which really talks about public-private partnerships and has established or helped work on some very productively. So, but thank you very much and congratulations.
Thanks, Janet. We actually have a great national park trip right now, so you can talk to Pat afterwards if you're interested in doing a reprise of that. And Janet mentioned businesses. We actually have a couple of business folks who are kind enough to join us today. We have Nancy James from the NP James Insurance Agency. Say hello, Nancy. And Lester, I think you told me you're from, I just met you. Where are you from? Okay, well, welcome. Okay, so great to have you all here as well. We always love to share all of this good information with local business people, so thanks for being here. And speaking of businesses, we are very well represented by the Chamber here today. Jolene Trotta-Sullivan, Peter Mahler, Tom Popson, Don Ludwig, Tony Rivera, and I think there was one other Chamber person who popped in. I'm going to introduce John in a minute, and your name?
Patty Chisholm.
Patty Chisholm.
And Lester.
And Lester. Okay, terrific. So, hey, round of applause for such a great representation from the Chamber. And now it's my pleasure to introduce our Chamber Executive Director, and that's the Middlesex West Chamber of Commerce, by the way. And John Kerr is here with us today. And John is not only the new Executive Director of the Chamber, he's also the father of a new baby born September 1st. So double applause for him.
So he hasn't slept.
I want to say thank you for inviting us. This is great. It's very exciting. And
thanks to AAA, the Acton branch, for having many years of being a chamber member and providing services over the course of their tenure. And this is exciting, that now that it can be registry aspects here at a AAA branch. And you can look at it as a green option too, because you're not having to drive out to Leominster or drive into Waltham or Watertown, or I actually get confused where it is over there. So this is great that it's right here, and you can come do any number of things that are registry related. And it's wonderful that you have this a chance to get that out to the public and let everybody know that. And again, thank you. And we look forward to many more years of working with AAA and allowing to be in partnership with you and all that. So thank you again.
Thanks, John. Thanks, John. We hope you get more sleep in the coming weeks, that's for sure, but congratulations again. So I think that concludes our formal speaking program. There are a few people I'd like to recognize here this morning, or this afternoon, I should say. Our Director of Branch Sales and Service, Brendan Coughlin. Where's Brendan? Over there. Hi, Brendan, thanks for making the trip from Connecticut. And who else do we have here? Dave Hempy is normally here from AAA, but I don't see him today. Bringing his son to college, very good excuse, okay. But a shout out to Dave Hempy, because he really is the one who makes this happen in so many ways, along with our terrific branch staff here. And then, of course, from MassDOT and the RMV, we're joined today by, I know Susan Butler, there you are, hiding. Susan is a great communications partner for us, really appreciate everything you do, Susan. Karen Petty is here with us, haven't seen her since the summer, so great to see you, Karen. Bobby Robert is here, great to be joined by him again. And our friend Michelle Alex, who works with us in traffic safety and lives in Acton, so she was wonderful to come over here and pay us a visit. And of course, Jose Ortiz, without whom we couldn't make it happen, so many thanks to all of you. Did I miss anybody? I don't think so. I think I got everybody. So all I would say at this point is we're going to gather for a photo. Andrew will be taking that. There are refreshments back there, including lemonade, which I also don't think we've seen in any of these, so thank you, Pat, for that. And she also did a special arrangement. Everything, the candy spells out AAA back there, so. So you have to notice that. So please recycle your badges, enjoy some refreshments, and let's cut the ribbon. Thank you.
Let me just add. Let's do it. All right. Bravo. Bravo. I'll take the